I hope this is all working. I hope it's working. I'm waiting to see my stream. I don't know if anyone can hear me. Waiting for this to go live. I'll see if I can hear it. Waiting to see my stream. I don't know if anyone can hear me. Okay, we have ignition. Sweet. Okay, so I take it you can all hear me. How are you all? Oh, how's my week been? So far, so good. So far, so good. I'll just wait around for some more people to hopefully turn up. But yeah, it's been a good week. I started keto on Monday, and so far, so good. A lot of the inflammation in my legs has gone down. Yeah, it's been a lot, and I'm still at a point where food is presented to me and I'm inhaling the food because my body is so hungry. I'm so hungry. Oh my God. OMAD really was great, but my body's like, hum, 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 hum. Hey, Josephine, sweetheart, how are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I had something very interesting happen. I mean, obviously, we've all had many showers in our lifetime, have we not? You know, every day. With the exception of yesterday. Okay, so I started keto on Monday, and you know, I have my bulletproof coffee, and you know, I've got my MCT oil in there, the butter. Okay, may or may not have been having extra butter in my bulletproof coffee, just a little bit extra. Unsalted, and a tablespoon of cream. And I don't know if it's because of that or the fact that I'm eating vegetables or I'm having more fat now because of the wider laneway because of keto. I don't know. But tonight when I had a shower, because I've got wet hair still, so excuse, I went to dry my legs and my ankles. And since we've moved up here, I have had such terrible trouble getting rid of the dead skin layer. It's been really, I've been scrubbing it. But tonight when I dried my legs and around my ankles is where it's particularly bad for the dead skin. I've actually got smooth ankles. I had a ton of dead skin come off on the towel. I'm like, what the heck? There was enough there to make another person. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what? I haven't had smooth ankles for years. And I was like, yay. I was very happy about that. Look, I'll just do some housekeeping, get it out of the way, and it's as simple as this. There are many ways to support me. No obligation. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it if you think somebody might find it funny, useful, informative. You know the shebang. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because that helps as well. In the description box of this video, I have two links. I've got Buy Me a Coffee, which I've had for ages, but I also have a GoFundMe page with a view to sort of maybe gathering some funds. I really would like to get a motorized wheelchair. That's the plan. But with my trips to Sydney as well, you know, any help that anybody can offer in that respect would be greatly appreciated, on the proviso that y'all understand that there's no obligation to do so. Okay? Got it? Right, so that's that out of the way. Okay, let's have a look at some things that people have said. Okay, let's have a look here. Let's have a look. So, Anna, OMAD is not for me. Any type of restricting makes me automatically want to binge. So 2MAD works better for me. I've been having 3 meals a day within a fairly short space of time. Well, short for me. But one of the things that's really helped, that coffee that I've had in the morning, the bulletproof coffee, it's the only coffee I've had. Now, if you've been around here long enough, you'll know that I was like, you know, OMAD and coffee between. It was all the coffee. But I haven't felt the need. Now, I like that first kick, that taste of the coffee in the morning. But now it's less about that taste of the coffee. It's more about what I'm putting in it, namely the MCT oil, the butter, and the cream. It's more about that. And, I use the stick blender to emulsify it within an inch of its life. But, like yesterday, for instance, I only had that coffee in the morning as my hot drink. I found my old bottle. Yay! I found my old really good bottle. So I've been having electrolytes in this like for the last couple of weeks, really. But I've also put in a tablespoon. I mean, it holds almost 1.5 liters. I've been also putting in a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and really all I can taste is the apple part of it. You wouldn't know it's vinegar. Really, you just wouldn't. I've got my electrolytes in here as well, so that all helps. Let's have a sip. Yeah, you just don't taste the vinegary bit. But, I come from England. Fish and chips with vinegar. It's like, whatever. It's not that I have fish and chips, I'm just saying. But, yeah, I mean, I've also been having the dandelion tea as well every other day. But having said that, I should have had it yesterday. I didn't have it yesterday. I didn't feel the need. I didn't even have a normal cup of tea. Didn't want it. So, I've got a new toy. And y'all help me with this one, because I did get somebody who donated in Buy Me a Coffee. So I put the money to good use, and this is what I bought. I wanted to get this before I started carnivore. It's a little monitor, and it does glucose, it does the insulin, and it does ketones as well. I was going to get the ketone strips that you whittle on. And I've always been aware that it's best to do it from the blood. So, yeah, I've got this little wee kit here, and I've been looking at my I'm not diabetic. I'm not even pre-diabetic. Not even close. I'm a freak of nature. But, yeah, by all accounts, nah, not diabetic. But I'm sort of very much looking into what happens with my insulin, before I eat. A half an hour after I eat, maybe an hour or two after I eat. By all accounts, I'm doing all right. So, but it's nice to have this, and you all helped with that. But yeah, OMAD worked for me. If I had to be honest, it was probably out of laziness, and the fact that suddenly it was just only meat. When I first started, I was very much aware that having meat 3 times a day. I remember it was day 2 making the little pork belly cubes. And I'm like, this is going to get old real fast. And it did. And eventually I just stopped having the breakfast and the lunch, and I just had that one meal a day. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Very, very happy with that. So yes. So what else have we got here? Oh, your feet are getting better too, hey, Jose. What are you doing to help them get better? Good morning, Brenda. How are you? Wish I find a good one. Oh, nice. Wish I could find a good one, a tin one, not just plastic. I will see if I can find a link after this live for that bottle. It's from Amazon, and if you're going to get it, now would be the time, because they've still got Black Friday sales. I'll write this down, and I will put it as a pinned comment underneath this video after the live. I've written it down, so I will get a link for you and see if you can find one. All right. Let me see. What else have we got? Those strips are not very accurate. I'm too chicken to be a pin cushion, so would love the data, but not willing to poke holes. I'm a bit of a sadist. I don't know. It's I have to admit, when I'm sitting here with the little pin pricky thing, I go 1, 2, 3, oh, and then it's over. It's over. But yeah, there is still that sort of hesitation. But I'm just really enjoying I don't know, the experiment of it all, just to get my body right, because I haven't been right for a long time. And so, like, you should see the size of the salad I had. It was like 70% salad, 30% meat. And I had, whole egg mayonnaise on there, little bit of cheese, and I wolfed it down. I haven't got to the point where whatever I'm eating, I'm not getting to halfway through, for instance, and go, oh, I'm full. It's like, and, I think that's because I sort of like had so little food for such a long time. My body is like screaming for it. But, let me see. Let's have a look at this one. I just don't want to cook. I know. I like throwing things in a bowl, darling, mixing it together and sitting there and eating it. My beef fat oil cream that I need to use more. It has helped with TMI underbelly, and the skin feels stronger, not so thin. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, of course it makes sense, darling. I mean, look at what a week of this has done because of the increased fat. I know I'm having more fat. I'm not having any disaster pants, which is great. Nobody wants that. But everybody, I don't know. It's funny, on carnivore, there's very much that pretense of that. Oh, everybody talks about how many times a day do you poop? It's like, oh, for goodness sake. And some people on carnivore don't poop every day. Some of them every other day, every 3 days. I'm like, well, I don't know. Here's a TMI for you. I like having a poop every day. No disrespect, but I like pooping every day. I don't care how it happens. I just like it. I'm just going to give myself a back scratcher. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, I like it. I'm used to it. I've been doing it for a long time. I'm happy with it. So, it's only getting rid of what your body doesn't need anyway. So it's like, whatever. It doesn't really matter. So yes, well, look, this is an Ask Me Anything. I'm an open book. You can ask me anything, and I mean anything. Knock yourself out. Seriously. Josephine, thanks, Anna. Sometimes you need to move, and it would hurt sitting. Not good. Lols, poop. I mean, everybody wants to know about how many times you poop when you're either on a carnivore diet or a ketogenic diet. They just want to know how many, and that's because you want to know what's normal. What's normal for me is pooping every day. That's normal for me. All right, just as I said, you do you, boo. If pooping every day is okay for you, then you poop every day. It's you got to do what's right for you, And as I expected, I have actually lost some subscribers since switching to keto, and it's like, it's fine. You can do that. It's your choice. It doesn't worry me in the slightest. I'm basically here because, carnivore got me started, and it helped a lot. And I was getting to a point where things were just not working. And, I was experiencing, I had some pluses. We had some pluses. It's improved the eyesight. And, I lost a significant amount of weight. And it is simple. It's about as simple as you can, if you can eat the meat and the fat. If you can do that on just a carnivore lifestyle, then by all means, you're going to be fine. And then I started to get these other little problems, the dizziness, which hasn't completely gone away. And these other things, like I wasn't digesting food properly. I wasn't rested properly after a sleep. Things were just not working for me. So I had to change direction. So I went back to what I did years ago to see how that's going to go. And, the fact I'm happy to put it out here on the interwebs for everybody to see what that's going to pan out to look like. what happens when, a carnivore suddenly changes direction and goes keto? What happens? Let's see what happens, shall we? So I'm happy to do that, So yes, let me see. Here we go. Got a question. Mywin, have you found your fat to be more jiggly? Because I have noticed it recently with mine. I guess it's because there's less of it in there. This week, yes. Actually, I have found look, I know I'm probably going to have a good weight loss, but, we'll call this first week what it is. It's the body getting rid of toxins and fluid. But it gives you a good jump start. But yes, I have noticed that I'm jiggly again, like I'm touching my thighs. And the biggest part of me that I really do struggle with when everything is inflamed is the lipedema that's between my legs, just between the thighs. If ever I was going to have surgery, that would be the place I'd want it to go from first. The belly I can live with. You put a corset on and off you go. But those between the thighs, prior to starting, they were quite hard. And yeah, they're squishy. They're squishy. As my husband said, oh, you're squishy. But yeah, but there is definitely a change in just 4 or 5 days. So I actually weighed myself on, oh golly, let me see now. Let me have a look, because this is the app that I use. I don't know if you can see that, probably not. Oh, it's a terrible picture. But anyway, I actually weighed myself 19, 20, 21, 2 days ago. So about 2 days after I started, and I dropped 3.8 kilos in 2 days. I was like, okay, well, I know fluid and inflammation, it's just going bye-byes. So I know what that's about. But yes, I am jiggly again. I'm very jiggly again. Do I have any pet? I like this. Do you have any pets? Not talking about the kids. Aw. Yes, we have 2 cats. One is called Murphy, and he is a big ginger Tom. And the other one is Aurora, who's this, she's so petite, but what she lacks in stature, she makes up for in, well, cats do tend to be bitchy, and she's definitely a girl after my own heart. She's got attitude. Oh, my goodness, has she got attitude. So, yes, we do have 2 cats, and we absolutely adore them. I also have 2 kids. I couldn't resist. Well, yeah, I suppose the squishy soft, yeah, I would think it would be, because it means that, I don't know, when it's hard like that, it's, to me, I don't know, I think of things very simply. I think that if that, what we think, okay, all right, so you know what, my mindset on what everybody calls cellulite, not sure it is. Is it a little bit of lymphedema or lipedema? Is that what cellulite really is? What's the difference? Inquiring minds would like to know. So I've always felt like, I had this hard on underneath my apron, my belly. Well, I call it my apron, right? Quite hard. And that is getting squishier again. So that tells me that it's becoming squishy because the fluid is draining out of it. And I've woken up the last 3 mornings, I've been waking up with the most monumentally full bladder ever. And yeah, I put that all down to being a good sign, as, the body just trying to get rid of the crap, let's be honest. It's just trying to get rid of everything. So, yeah. So, yeah. I have gone 4 days. Gone 4 days. What am I missing? What have you been doing for 4 days there, Brenda? What have you been on carnivore, ketovore, lion? What have you been doing for 4 days? I'd love to know, my darling. So yeah, ask me anything, folks. I'm here to answer your questions. If you want to ask about my mum, dad, my personal life, the kids, yes, they still drive me crazy. You know, me and my husband, anything you like, open book. Just go ahead and ask. That's what I'm here for. That's what this is about, you know. And do you enjoy these lives? Are they something that you'd like me to do on Friday nights, to just, you know, come in here and make a regular thing of it? Because I quite enjoy doing the lives. Mondays are probably going to go back to the normal videos that I used to do, because then I'll have my, what's that? Is that a cane toad? Probably a cane toad making its way up the side here. They're considered a pest, but you can't kill them. No, makes no sense to me. So yeah, Mondays will probably go back to being the normal videos that I did, because I'll have both the photographs, the before and after and it'll be the keto journey. So yes. What's that you said, Anna? I'm mentally preparing myself to be a skinny Shar-Pei once I get rid of all this fat. Oh, I'm fully prepared to look like a melted candle, darling. I'm just saying. And I don't care. I just don't care if I end up looking like a melted candle. I'm all for it, you know. It builds character. I do think it's nice having a check-in with you. Oh, I enjoy doing the lives. I'm not going to lie. I do enjoy them. I really do. Josephine, yes, please. I'll be here. Unless my friend tries to get me to go out. Oh, the horror. Only go out if you're comfortable. Don't make them push her. If you don't want to do that, don't do it. Okay? So, but I understand, you know, it's like last weekend, I very nearly didn't go for my neck massage. I very nearly didn't go because the pain in my legs and my feet were just, oh. But, you know, he grilled me a bit and he was right. Husbands when they're right. Yeah. So, yeah. Yes, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. I still think it will be better than carrying around all this bloody weight. You are absolutely, I'd rather look like a melted candle than carry this lot around. 100%. 100%. 100%. So what has everybody been up to this week? Have you all had a good week? What have you been up to? Work, at home stuff? Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you. I'm guessing you'd like to see pictures of the things that I am eating. Correct? I'm thinking you will. Let me see, what's this about? The ladies are so rude. I would go play a few games of pool. That could be fun, but hearing crap, nasty talk, I'm good. Yeah. So you're saying that you get the snide comments in public, right? The snide comments from those that judge a book by its cover. Am I correct? I shall wait for you to respond. I'm pretty sure I'm correct. You know, I have a different ways of dealing with, because, I mean, people take one look at me and just go, geez. And the instant thing that they say is, oh, how could they let themselves get to that degree and let themselves get that bad? And I'm like, spend 5 minutes in my mind, you'd last 2. It's like, they have no idea. How can they have any concept of what it's like to be in this way, this condition, not only physically, but mentally? Because it's the external stuff and the mental stuff that's basically packed on all this crap that we're carrying. Look, I see, my mother, she put up with that throughout her whole career. I've sat in the audience when she stepped out on stage. She was a large lady, bless her heart, you know, And, I'd be in the audience and you'd hear the, jeez, look at that. Oh, you'd get those under the breath mutters and comments and sniggers and stuff like that. And she used to spend the first 5 minutes of her opening her mouth to sing, and it was that won them over. And it's like, I saw my mother do that all my life. And, and she got criticized for it for the duration of her career. And, you look at Maria Callas, for instance, when she first started singing, she was a large, large lady. And what a voice. Oh, my God. What a voice. But then she lost all the weight. And whereas the guts of that voice was still there, I'll say it, I don't care. It was never the same. Not quite. Not quite. And, if you're a big girl and you're a singer and you suddenly lose all that weight, it's a tricky one to navigate. But I listened to those comments in the audience, and I got to hear that when I was in Sydney for a singer, and I'm like, you've got no idea. They don't know. And they're never going to know. They've been skinny all their lives. They're never going to fully comprehend what it is like to live in this particular skin. And then my father would say, oh, they're more to be pitied than blamed. None of us who get bullied or looked at in a derogatory way for our appearance, we are not under any obligation to explain to them why. If they haven't got the compassion to have an understanding of how their comments might hurt us, then it is not our job to explain that to them. We don't need to justify ourselves to them. It says everything about them, nothing about us. It's their problem. I could say a word begins with F, ends in K, and end it with M, them. Okay? You fill in the blanks. That's my attitude to it. It's like, nah, you don't understand where I'm from. You've got no idea. So stuff them. Okay? Stuff them. Okay. Let me see. Studying cleaning. I finally moved into my tiny house. Oh my God. I am finally moved into my tiny house, so enjoying my new home. You're in a tiny home. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with those videos. Living big in a tiny house, a tiny home. Love those videos. Love them. I lose complete interest whenever I see a home that has a bedroom loft. I'm like, no, we're not doing ladders. No. But, oh my God, the creativity for a tiny home. Oh, I'd love to be in a tiny home. My husband wouldn't go for it. No way. No way. Not happening. So, yeah, but I do love tiny homes. I do love them. Love them, love them, love them. So, Brenda, I can't do keto. Too many carbs. I'm a carb addict. Oh, that's okay. So am I. So am I. And you say that you haven't pooped. Give it a minute. It's only been 4 days. If you're on carnivore and you haven't pooped yet, you may want to increase the fat. I know that from what I remember, the thing that gives us disaster pants is when the fat is hot. Like if you get tallow and you fry something in the tallow and there's still some tallow with the dish and you eat all of that that's been heated up, then you'll get disaster pants, okay? But if the fat is cold, like butter, you're less likely to have disaster pants. So maybe, just maybe, when you're cooking your carnivore meal, darling, think about having just a little bit of hot fat that's with the meat, okay? That may help with your bowels just a little bit. It helped me, but there is a there is a happy medium. There's a sweet spot. Okay. You don't want to have so much that you end up living on the loo. Just a little bit to help with the bowels. That's all. But if it's only 4 days, just give it a minute. All right. If you get to maybe 5 or 6 days and you haven't, then I'd start maybe having a little bit of that extra hot fat that comes in the meal when you've cooked it. All right, darling. That's what I'd go for. Let me see. No understanding unless you've been here. In my case, the grief and depression and self-hate that was soothed with junk. Never thought I'd climb out of that pit. But you did. You did. And that alone, definitely round of applause. Brava. Brava, darling. You did climb out. And that's what it's about. You were down in that pit long enough to do the work to actually go, all right, this isn't working. I'm getting out so that I can make something work. Good for you. Good for you. Bloody proud of you, love. Let me see. What's this one? I've been feeling it's done by design to keep us down and no help, not good. You know, there's a saying, God helps those who helps themselves. And if we have the presence of mind to help ourselves, to fix ourselves, then we're on the right track. You don't owe the others that make snide remarks at you any explanation whatsoever. Seriously, they would not want to meet me on my best day because I have no time for such tomfoolery. I really don't. And depending on my mood it'll be a difference between me just ignoring it and me going up to them and going, really? And confronting them. And it's funny when you do confront them, they don't know what to say. You know, and if they do, they give you the same answers, same insults. You know, sometimes they say, my God, you're fat. Oh my God, am I really? I never knew. Thank you for your words of wisdom. I never knew I was fat. And then walk away. Stuff them, love. Stuff them. They're never going to get it, ever. Never a true word spoken. Some people are just vile. 100%. 100%. Let me see. Oh, good. That's good to hear. No stairs, no ladders, no nothing in your tiny home. Yay! Then that's the kind of home that I'd live in. Definitely no stairs. No. I don't like stairs. Stairs are dangerous for somebody as big as me anyway. It's just, it's asking for trouble. But, you know. Let me see. Okay, so. She also wants a lot of stuff. Yeah, okay, so yeah, Mama wants a tiny home, be perfect for her, but she has a lot of stuff. Where's it gonna go, Mama? That's why you build a little offset pod for all her stuff and get it all organized and keep the main house, the main tiny home, decluttered. That's how I'd do it. I'd build an extra pod, a shed or something that's where I would store everything and keep the house minimalistic, if you like. That's what I'd do. She may not like that. Or, you know, have them connected so there's a tunnel between the two so she can go to a storage of stuff, but keep the main area of her home where she resides, keep it nice and free. Put a bench in that shed. She can, like, if she does arts and crafts and stuff like that, put an arts and crafts table in the center of the room and she can do what she wants in there and keep the mess in there. That's what I'd do. That's what I'd do. Let me see. And that's what it's about right here. You just, I can't give up. I just can't. Just when I think I'm going to throw in the towel, I just can't do it. I owe it to myself. And don't we owe it to ourselves? I mean, that's what it's about, isn't it? Hey, I speak the truth. I don't think there's anyone here that wouldn't agree with me. You got out. You got out of the pit. That's the point. You got out. Good for you. That is true. Nobody is coming to save us. We have to be our own hero. Yep. I think I learnt that from, which doctor was it? Sean Baker. Dr. Sean Baker was the one that said, I think he's even got that on a T-shirt. No one's coming to save you, which would mean you've got to save yourself. So, yeah. It's like the recent, a few weeks ago when I went into the pit again. I stayed long enough to do the hard emotional work and then got out of there toot sweet, because I spent a good 20 plus years in that pit, and that wasn't a pleasant place to be in for that long. But at least I know that I can be there long enough to do the work and then get out. And that's very valuable. So I wasn't there long this time, which makes me happy. Let me see, what's this one about? No doctor for a year. Every change I have done, some days hard. Today, Jen E made a comment. It reminded me why I'm doing me. Feeling better tonight. Let's go. I'm glad you're feeling better, sweetheart. You see, that just indicates to me that somebody reminded you of your why. The why is very important. I just want a life. Just want a life. I want to go. When I go to Sydney, my flights, hotels, and everything has been booked for the March trip. Maybe in August when I go again, I think it's August I'm going again. I've got a really nice hotel that I've found, and it's beautiful. And I'd like to drag my husband down there for 5 days so he can come and have some luxury in a hotel. He's sitting right here, by the way. He's smiling. But yeah, I'd like to, some friend of mine said, oh, that's a nice place you've chosen there. Hey, probably bring the kids down. I'm like, oh, take my husband, thanks. I dragged my husband down there for 5 days. And he's smiling. I choose you, Pikachu. Sorry, we're a pair of silly sausages sometimes, but Okay. So let me see. So yeah, I think I've covered Monday. Monday's going to go back to the normal videos. And Fridays can be just the lives. I'll do. I thought I'd tried it at 8:30 because then I can get my dinner out of the way, and other people can get hopefully their dinners out of the way, and then we can just relax for the remaining time and just chatsies and do the thing and do the live and all of that. So yeah, but there's nothing much to report really, other than like I said earlier, probably might be a good idea for me to start taking pictures of what I'm eating. Because it struck me that you guys might want to see what I'm eating. I mean, you should see the size bowl that I had for dinner tonight. It was packed full. Look at my husband. It was packed full of lettuce. I figure that'll stop eventually, but until my body feels like it's getting fed enough, until then it's just, I suppose, kind of like priming in a way. I suppose you could put it in that sort of category, that the body needs all of this just to jumpstart again and do what it needs to do. But, I'm expecting a sort of decent-ish loss for the first week, mostly because of all the fluid and inflammation, but I'll take it. I'll take the win. I'll take it. Oh, dearie me. So would anybody else like to ask me something? Let's have a look what people are saying. Let me see. Let's have a look at this one. Well done, Myron. Thank you, darling. No real progress without working on and sorting out our mental health. As scary and exhausting as it is to do the work. Oh, and how many times have we in our lives avoided doing that painful work? Hands up. I have. And it gets to a point where it becomes unavoidable, because life is just going to keep throwing it at you until you listen. And that, it's like, no, you can't. Just make sure you don't trip up on what's behind you, okay? You can go around, and of course, everybody can be faced with an obstacle, be it mental, physical, or emotional. You can do that, and you can, face with it, and you have a choice. You can either go backwards, right? Or you can go around it, either the left side or the right side. But why? What's the point? Because then it's still behind you. And eventually it's just going to keep tugging at you and pulling you further and further back. And you will make no progress until you've dealt with what you left behind. You have to. And it's hard. I'm not ever going to say that, oh, yes, doing the work on the emotional pain and the mental pain and all of that. Oh, yeah, it's a piece of cake. So easy. I'm never going to say that. It's not meant to be easy. It's meant to be confrontational. It's meant to be difficult because you lose the weight and all of that trauma and all of that crap that got those pounds on you in the first place. You lose the weight and up comes this new thing that through the layers. And it's like, oh, not another one. I just lean into it as much as I can, and I feel it. I feel the pain. I lean into the pain to try and move on from it. Exposure therapy has really, really helped me, but it's not going to be for everyone. And I quite realize that, but you can only avoid that for so long before the universe is just going to constantly send you the lessons until you get it. And unless you do something about it, it's just going to keep smacking you down. You just have to grit your teeth and clench your fists and come out swinging. You just have to. Absolutely. More fun with hubby. Yes. Anna says, hello, Mr. M. Ha, 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 ha. Sorry. I'm a pain in the butt. Hey, he's a very patient Leo, I'm telling you. Very patient. He'd have to be married to me. Oh, yes, go up, please. Pics of your meals. I will enjoy them. Yep, no worries. I can do that. No, you didn't miss the live, Daniel. I'm still here, yapping away. I've not been really here for 30 minutes. My goodness me. See what happens when you give me an open mic? Oh, dangerous. Oh, dear. Yep, of course. And numbed it with sugar and carbs to avoid it, but no more. Yep. Same. It's my respite. It's where I go. But I'm trying to stop that from happening. I don't know if it'll ever completely stop, but at least, if you've got the tools with which to come back with a vengeance, then how can you go wrong? It's not how many times you get up. It's the fact that you do keep getting up. Right? So, yeah. Let me see. Mywin, has your mind caught up to your smaller size? Because I still sometimes look in the mirror and feel I look just as fat. Okay. Oh, goodness me. When I lost a lot of weight on specifically Tony Ferguson, that was my first introduction to low carb. I lost a lot of weight, and I did indeed look in the mirror one day and just go, who's that? And I'm not going to lie, it frightened the crap out of me. And I headed for the hills and went in the opposite direction. Put all the weight back on. That did something to me mentally, not going to lie to you. But this time around is a little bit different. And I'm wondering if that is because I have been taking weekly photos and I sit here and I edit the video and put those in. And I play the whole thing before I send it out to the public to make sure that everything's working the way it should. So every week I am sitting there looking at the before and afters every week. And part of me has done that because it's good to see, because, it's not just about the numbers on the scale, it's about what happens with the body as well, right? And it's another part, no, I need to do this every week so I can see the change in my face. So that when I get to the end result, so to speak, I don't do the same thing. Oh my God, who is that? And then head for the hills, because that just can't happen again. I mostly look at those photographs now and I go, my God, I can't believe I did that. I don't go, who the heck is that? It's like, my God, I did that. Whew. I see that very first photograph and it just amazes me. That first photograph, let me see if I can find it and I'll share it. Just a moment. I mean, it's quite striking when you see it. It's quite striking. I mean, weigh-ins. Let's have a look. It's just the face one. Where are you? All right. So this is from my 95-week video. I will share my screen. So give us a second. Share screen. Application window. Okay. Right. So that week one is before I started Carnivore 01. And I often look at that photograph whenever I do my videos and I go, my God, there's like literally no life behind the eyes. I look bloated and inflamed, obviously. But to me, what strikes me is the eyes. It's like dead. It's like dead eyes. And I feel like there's no life behind those eyes. Do you know what I mean? And I see more life in the after shot, the 95-week one. And that has been a constant. It always strikes me, the eyes, my eyes in that very first photograph. It's quite jarring for me, but only because I can't believe that I was there. If that makes any sense. Does that make any sense, Anna? It just amazes me, really. Just amazes me. So yes. Let me see. I'll worry about that. Yeah, the changes are huge, and I did that. My God, I did that. And it's the life in the eyes, the lack thereof in that first photograph that I always see first. And that's been for 95 weeks. I have looked at that photograph and gone, I can't believe. Because I remember what I was like when I was there. I was basically sitting here waiting to die. I felt like I had nothing. I had no joy. I mean, yes, okay, I've got 2 kids and I've got a wonderful husband, but it was like, how come that's not enough? And it wasn't. It wasn't enough. It's a terrible place to be. Absolutely horrid place to be. All good, darling. All good. So is there anything else that anybody would like to ask me? Because we've been nearly going for an hour, almost, 10 minutes. Yeah, look, this battle of the bulge is an ongoing, continuing story. When you can sit back, I'm 58 at the end of the month. I've pretty much been on a diet for 50 years of my life. On and off, mostly on. 50 years dieting. Oh my God. That's a lot of diets. That's a lot of that shebang and nonsense, And to get to this age and think, I didn't know anything. I mean, carbs for me are just horrid. And, as long as you're having the right kind of carbs, like I'm having vegetables. I need them. My body's screaming for them. I'm not saying that carnivore's a bad lifestyle. Not at all. I mean, it's invaluable in finding out what inflames you. I mean, lion being boss mode, but, carnivore, to find out what is inflaming your body and what's causing all these problems, it's the perfect way to figure that out. Perfect, because it eliminates everything, So if that, and there are those that have to be on that kind of lifestyle because they are very sensitive to food, spices, and all sorts of things. And that will work for them, obviously. I've never been overly sensitive to anything other than carbohydrates and sugars, which turn into carbs. Sugar, carbs. That's it. I know that the pain I had in my legs this time round, I had a lot of carbs. I had a lot of sugar, honey. I had me a lot of sugar. And the pain reflected the consequences of that. It was a lot of sugar, I'm not going to lie to you, when I was off plan. But by the same token, it's taken just maybe a matter of, they're not perfect, not yet. There's still some inflammation in there. I know there is. I can feel it, but it was painful. The cat would walk across my legs and I'd be like, oh. But now she walks across my legs and it's like, it doesn't hurt as much. And I'll take that win every single time. Okay, I'm planning on adding in some onions soon, fried in butter. We'll see if the body allows them. I love them. I love onions. I didn't have them with my dinner last night. I wanted them, but I also didn't want caramelized onions. So have the onions by all means, but I wouldn't. I mean, who doesn't love caramelized onions? I love them, just saying. But I'd only be careful of how far you cook them because, and there's only one way to find out, and that is to just have them and see how your body reacts to it. And if your body just goes, no, then you go, so I just make my tits. Oh, Josephine, I adore you. I'm putting that. I love it. I love it like ice cream. It's brilliant. Me too. But, my husband gets to share the bed with me, so sucks to be him. I'm evil, hey. I adore you, Josephine. But, there's only one way to find out how your body's going to react. You'll know. You will know. If your body doesn't like it, it'll go, no. It'll tell you. So, yes. So are there any more questions? Because we're coming to the end of the stream. Would you like to ask me anything else, my darlings? It's open book. Go for it. Oh, Daniel. Tootie McBooty. I must permission to use that, please. I love it. It says round of applause. Best way to put it. Tootie McBooty. I love it. Definitely be using that one. Oh, goodness me. Oh, well, I guess we'll call it a day and let you guys start your weekend properly and have your fun and do the thing. And I will ask you the following things and tell you the following things. Be kind to those around you. Protect your peace. Don't take any crap. I'm so beyond serious now. Stop. And be kind to yourself. That's the hard part. It's very hard to be kind to yourself. You are loved. You are appreciated. Oh, boy. And you are enough. Don't anyone tell you any different. And you're not too much. You are enough. You are enough. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Mwah!